Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Crypto Future channel. How are you all doing? The crypto market is at a crucial moment right now. Bitcoin is above $68,000 at the time of this recording, and all signs point to it gearing up for a massive bull market, similar to what we saw from 2020 to 2021. And right now, I'll explain why and also give you a rundown of everything you need to know to be well prepared when that moment arrives. This is super important, and we don't have much time, so let's skip the intro and jump right into it. All right, friends, let's get started. The first thing to highlight is that Bitcoin seems to finally be breaking out of this boring and almost endless channel it's been stuck in for nearly 8 months. This is fantastic news, because it means the price has begun to wake up after a long pause in 2024, following a big surge fueled by hype from the halving and ETFs. If you've been following the channel, you'll remember we covered both events in detail and mentioned that those price jumps were mainly due to the news. We also said that the real impact of both the halving and ETFs would truly show during the last 3 months of the year and into 2025. This period is when, for a variety of reasons we've discussed at length on this channel, like interest rate cuts, elections, the BTC supply crisis on exchanges, the 12 to 18-month average time it takes for a new market peak after a halving based on the 4-year cycle theory, and more. Things are perfectly aligning for a massive bull market by the end of the year and very likely into 2025. Now, this won't be just any bull market. If I had to compare, I'd say it'll be similar to 2020 to 2021, or even bigger. And I'll explain why in just a second. All right, guys. Bitcoin seems to be on the verge of one of its most explosive moves this year, largely because the purchasing power of the dollar is evaporating faster and faster. Global liquidity has begun to rise after 2 years of stagnation, and $500 billion was just added to the U.S. national debt in the last 3 weeks alone. Elections are approaching and the government is out of control. The dollar is collapsing, and you can see this reflected in the price of gold, which hit a new all-time high of $2,700 at the time of this recording. But Bitcoin, folks, is much more sensitive to liquidity and money printing than gold. So if this continues, all signs point to a scenario very similar to 2020 to 2021, where we had one of the most explosive bull markets in history. And while this is happening, whales are accumulating Bitcoin at a record pace, with Bitcoin reserves on exchanges hitting new all-time lows. If this isn't the perfect storm for a Bitcoin bull market, I don't know what is. But it's not just going to be about Bitcoin in the coming weeks and months. We all know the value of BTC and its massive growth potential. But obviously, when Bitcoin rises, altcoins will benefit too, and we'll likely see an alt season soon, bringing huge gains for all of us holding alts. So, if Bitcoin starts hitting new all-time highs, how can we trade altcoins to make money? The first thing to look at is Bitcoin's dominance, meaning the percentage of money in crypto that's invested in Bitcoin versus other coins. Right now, it's nearing 60%, which you might think is bad for altcoins, but it's not. The best thing for the crypto market is for Bitcoin to rise in price, because as it does, its dominance grows, and eventually, that benefits altcoins. Why? Well, because investors tend to rotate their money from Bitcoin into more speculative bets as the bull market progresses. That's why we always see Bitcoin rise first, hit a new all-time high, and then altcoins start absorbing some of that capital. And, of course, alts rise much faster than BTC because of their smaller market caps. First, we'll see the safe bets like Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoin rise. Then that capital starts flowing into smaller, riskier coins, where people start making a lot of money quickly, get greedy, and lose it all when the bull market ends. It's a liquidity cycle that happens in every bull market. So, What's your strategy? Stay in Bitcoin and ride the wave, or start accumulating altcoins now? That's something I can't decide for you, since I can't tell you what to do with your money. But keep in mind that if Bitcoin keeps rising and breaks through major resistances, it'll likely need to absorb liquidity from altcoins. So yes, while Bitcoin sets new highs, altcoins might suffer. But this is positive and healthy for the market. It's a normal behavior. As for me, I personally have more Bitcoin than anything else, and only about 10% or less in altcoins. I don't like trading, so I just DCA, dollar cost average, and hold throughout the bull market. I can assure you, though, that even with just 10% in altcoins, if I pick the right ones, I'll likely end up with more money in alts than in Bitcoin by the end of the cycle, because they tend to rise much more. So, as you can see, there's no real need to risk everything by going all in on alts. Having 10% or less in them should be enough, at least for me. That's why I think it's a good idea to accumulate altcoins now, while keeping most of your portfolio in Bitcoin, benefiting from BTC's rise and taking advantage of altcoins' lower prices before BTC hits $100,000 and the retail crowd comes rushing in. So yeah, accumulating alts now could be a good opportunity as long as you do it responsibly, managing risk well, and keeping a large portion of your portfolio in Bitcoin to avoid too much volatility. Now, what altcoins should we buy? To figure that out, you've got to completely switch off your brain and think like the normies who will flood the market. What do these people buy? AI coins, meme coins, and gaming coins. These are the sectors I'm focusing on because I believe they'll be the biggest trends in this bull market. But let's stick to just the first two. AI is a hot topic right now. It's the future. All AI-related companies are exploding in the stock market, so people will want to chase those same gains that Nvidia or Microsoft brought, but multiplied by 100, which is what crypto offers. AI was the most popular sector in the market this year, so if you're not analyzing and positioning yourself in AI altcoins, I don't know what you're doing, because you're wasting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Sure, I know there are many AI coins in the market, and most of them, if not all, don't really solve any problems or have a real use case. But neither do meme coins, and they made many people millionaires in the last cycle, so it doesn't matter if something is useful or not. All that matters is that people buy it, and we make money. That's why we're here. We all want the same thing. So, what AI coins should we buy? Well, I'm looking at several small gems that could have massive potential, but they're extremely risky and could also go to zero, so I won't mention them yet. But if you want, let me know in the comments, and I'll prepare a video analyzing all these tiny AI coins in the coming days. As for the bigger, safer coins, the usual ones. I've already told you I like FET for being a combination of 3 of the strongest AI projects in one. I also like TAO, known as the Bitcoin of AI, for being a miniable and highly decentralized coin. Another one I'm starting to accumulate now is NEAR. I mentioned in a past video that Near Protocol is being considered the AI blockchain, and I think it's well positioned in terms of price and chart, so it's one I want more of. A slightly smaller coin that I see potential in is SPEC, the token of Spectral, which I've mentioned before. Basically, it's an AI crypto focused on creating AI agents that can do tasks for you. Anything from trading to DeFi tasks, or pretty much any blockchain task you can imagine. It's a fascinating project, and that's why I'm accumulating it. Then, of course, there's Render, Akash, and the usual leaders in this sector. These are the safer bets in this narrative, and naturally, they'll grow less since they carry lower risk. But I also have a lot of smaller gems. If you want to know which ones have the most potential and are riskier, let me know in the comments, because they're not for everyone due to their high volatility, and I'd rather discuss them in another video. Then we have meme coins. I'm betting on the big ones. You might think they're overpriced and no one will buy them, but remember how overpriced Dogecoin seemed at the start of the last bull market and how much it went up after that. Coins like Doge, Shiba, Pepe, Wife, Brett, and Nero, all of these will rise. Then there are newer ones becoming popular, like SPX 6900, a meme from the traditional stock market that's been trending recently. And of course, election-related meme coins are gaining momentum, like those with MAGA or Donald Trump in their names. Meme coins are a bit trickier because they go in and out of fashion quickly. To choose the right ones, you need to spend time in the market and recognize which ones are starting to trend on social media. But as I said, when the bull market starts, people will likely buy Doge, Pepe, and the big ones, thinking they'll reach $1 and make them ultra-rich. So yeah, we know those will go up a lot, along with the election-related ones that will be highly volatile in November, plus a few others that will become trendy, which we'll cover in future videos. You also know I like other coins like Solana, Sui, Aptos, Phantom, and Mantra. I hold these and believe they'll rise a lot. But I think that's enough for today's video. If you want to see what other altcoins I'm buying, check the cards in the top right for links to other videos where we analyze them one by one. As always, if you have any other altcoin on your radar and want me to take a look, let me know in the comments, and I might analyze them in future videos. And that, friends, is how we conclude this video. If you liked it, please don't forget to leave a simple thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more similar content. Thank you very much to everyone for listening to me these minutes, and hope to catch you soon in the next video. Oh, and remember, the future is crypto.